Brothers and sisters, please give a warm welcome to the Mayor of New York City, Eric Adams.
Yep. There's one rule that I live by. You do not stand for me, I stand for you. I'm here to serve you, and you have an awesome team. Richard, just really congratulations to you, this leadership taking the helm. And John and I have been working so long together, and as your international leader, his strength is something that all of us should look forward to as we move up through. And LaTanya, she keeps it real. She keeps people focused in a real way. I'm not a new friend. I'm an old friend. I know what it's like to blow steel dust out of my nose at the end of a tour. I'll never forget during the mid-'80s, doing APs, 8 at night to 4 or 6 in the morning. A woman was on the train in a dispute with another young lady, and she pulled out a knife, and she started to fight her. And I was wrestling with them, trying to keep them away. It was a crowded train. And the conductor came out of his station and did that, I think it was 1 long and 2 short. And officers responded. The entire crew was there. And I could go story after story in my years of 1984, 85, 86, those early years in the city as a transit police officer and the relationship we developed. I know you used to get tired of the cops going and stealing your food out of your rooms, but there was a real synergy. And you'll be in the token booths, and you remember those days when people would get aggravated and pour gasoline inside the token booth. Or each time you come out and take your wills and take the tokens out, you were in jeopardy to being robbed. And we've come through a lot together. And that's the spirit and energy that I have. When you look at your leadership now, your leadership came through the ranks. And even my right-hand man that moves with me every day, David Johnson, was a former member of the Transit Authority. And he speaks about the issues. We rallied together even before becoming a police officer. Reverend Herbert Daughtry and others, one of the major transit strikes you had, we rallied together to support the men and women. This union means so much to me, and it meant a lot to me when all the newcomers came into the mayoralty and stated that what they were going to do. Your leadership said it's great for you to say what you're going to do, but we know what Eric did. Eric was with us on every issue that we needed, even when the city made the determination that they were not going to give you PPEs while you were on the front line of the COVID crisis. Our team rallied together and brought those PPEs into the subway system. They were holding millions of PPEs for an emergency, and I said, what the hell is more than an emergency than what the men and women are going through right now? We went out to the depots and visited one-on-one. I am you. I don't know of a man in history that has been a union member, that has gone through civil service. I know what it is to fight for your raise increase, for your pension, to make sure your children can go to school. I am you. We are the same thing. We've gone through the same things. and we are going through the same things. That's why we rolled out this working people's agenda through this budget of these crises. One of you is now the mayor of the most important city in the entire country. Think about that. Think about that. And not because I'm perfect. I'm the poster child of imperfection. I've been arrested, dyslexic, rejected. Now I'm elected. I'm the mayor of the city of New York. What does that say? You're a good man. That says if you are cleaner in the transit system, you can mobilize and move to the next level of government so you can make policies. If you are a token booth clerk, if you are a conductor, if you are a bus operator, you have the experience based on being on the front line of saying what we need to move this city forward. So let me zero in on the issue that's so important. The issue around those with mental health illnesses to the capacity that they can't take care of themselves and their basic needs, and they're in danger to themselves. Throughout the first few months, January and February in particular, I went into the streets, not with my security detail, not with my staffers. I went into the street and I went into the encampments, I went into the tents, and I talked to people who were living on the street. And brothers and sisters, I saw people who are our former neighbors that have fallen on hard times. They were living in human waste. They were living with stale food. They were living bipolar, schizophrenic, not taking care of it themselves. And I said, we can't allow this to happen. And people knew this, and they were walking past them. And we had people living under stairways and in the tunnels in the subway system, assaulting you, spitting on you, attacking you. And no one wanted to listen. John and others were talking about how do we stop this from happening? And so we put a plan in place that stated we will lead with mental health professionals. Everyone is trying to draw the picture that, hey, this is a police-led initiative. Everyone is trying to rewrite and distort what we are doing. No, this is led by mental health professionals. And when we sat in the room and drew this up and spoke to your leadership said we need to do something about this crisis. This is led from you and what you dealt with every day. Driving the bus and having someone come on, not willing to pay their fare, dealing with a mental health crisis and attacking you in the station. Dealing with the crisis. We said, no, we're not going to allow this to continue to happen. And what we're not going to do, we're not going to turn it into a system of just pushing people off without the services they need. No, we are giving people wraparound services. We took over 3,000 people off the subway system that was living there and put them into Safe Haven and other wraparound services and shelters. And so you see some of this criticism that's coming because I don't fit the mold. I'm this bald-headed, earring-wearing folks. You know, I don't fit the mold. I didn't go to Harvard or Yale. I went to jail.
Come on, soldier, speak. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And so I don't fit what people believe should look like the person who runs the city like New York, this powerful city. I don't look like it. I may not look like that, but you know what? I look like you. That's what I look like. And as we fight these crises that we are facing, we wake up every day knowing we got this. Our team is meeting the crises head on. Doesn't matter if it's COVID, if it's monkeypox, if it's the asylum seekers, if it's fentanyl, if it's public safety. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. It's good to have your cousins in the audience. No matter what the issues are, Just as you get up every day and make this city function, just as you fight every day, that is the energy I bring. I bring the energy of Dorothy Mae Adams, my mom who transitioned. And as I said at my State of the City, people keep telling me, Eric, it's been 2 years, move past it. And I don't move past it. I feel her presence every day. Every day. Mommy got up, cleaned houses, ironed clothing, worked in a daycare center. Mommy never surrendered. And it's in her spirit, in the spirit of you and your moms and your dads, that we are going to make this city a city for working people. And you are those working people. Thank you so much.